That was a guy. I got something for sale. I got my Hobart Air Force, I think they call that a C12 plasma cutter for sale. I've almost never used it. It surprises me at how many people get in touch with me and want to buy it and don't know a thing about it. Don't know a thing about plasma cutters. I mean, and they like, oh yeah, when can I come see it? And will you take a check? And then for whatever reason they say, oh no, I think I want something else. Or it's like, I don't know. Maybe I'm just as bad. I don't know. I generally tend to think that if I want something, I know what I want, but I can't be critical of other people because I probably do the same thing. So I'm gonna stop talking about that. There's some things that it don't do me any good to talk about. I was remembering an old saying that used to be passed around when I was a truck driver, and it wasn't phrased exactly like this because truck drivers don't really care about what they say as far as whether or not small children would be evilly influenced by their words and all most of the time. But it was something like, opinions are like people's bottoms. Everybody's got one, and generally it's better if you don't show yours. You know, truck drivers sit in a more colorful sort of way. I was thinking that regarding some stuff I've seen lately that some of my friends has said, and I think, you know, I liked you better before you told me that. There's some things I wish you'd just keep to yourself. You know, we don't need to know. I don't need to know what your political opinion is on everything, and sometimes if you just kept it to yourself, I'd like you just as good and maybe more. That's just me, you know. I'm funny that way. I'm funny that way. Sometimes we develop an opinion of people based on our own imagination, you know. I was married to a psychologist one time, and she introduced to me the concept of, what's the word? There's a word for it. Where you imagine who you think the person you're with is, and then you get angry or upset or disappointed when they turn out not to do that. There's a word for that, a psychological word. Projection, that's what it was. She was a therapist. She said people project an image onto you that ain't really you, and then they don't like it when they find out that that's not really you. And I was thinking, well, that's true not only in that kind of relationship, but just about all relationships that you're having with people you don't know. You know, you project onto somebody. Well, I'll give you an example. I had a lady met me that seen me on YouTube, and she said, I thought you were a lot taller. That's not a good example, but it's an example. But, you know, sometimes them kind of projections can go along with your friends and stuff too. Sometimes you don't project that they're as big of a goofball as you later on find out that they are. And then once you do find out how deranged and uninformed and all that they really are, you kind of feel disappointed. It's kind of like the opposite of Cutworm. Cutworm's got a video out today, by the way. First time he's had a video out in, quite a long time. You know, he had a liver transplant, bless his heart, and he's got over that, and he looks better in this little video that he made today than I've seen him look in a long time. So I was going to use that as an example of projection, but I can't remember how that relates to what I was saying, which is true of me. You know, 63 Impala sent me something the other day, and he said, didn't you even read the email? I said, what email? You know, he was projecting on me to be smart enough to figure out how to follow instructions, and me, being me in the meantime, was like, duh? Instructions? Duh, are you serious? What am I supposed to do here? What email? I didn't see no email. What? It's like kind of like that.